Hey guys, and welcome back to Purgatory. And today I have a new pet spider. Not that you can see her, but she's there. I am procrastinating filming my video essay. It's not really procrastinating, I can't film it until tomorrow, so you know what we're here to do. And today I have I'm telling you because I know that you're not gonna know, so I'm telling you because we have the trans flag colors. Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, and I realized that like these aren't very updated. You know what I mean? Like this was like quite a while ago, August 4th, 2022, but this is what I have. So obviously we're doing the next 5, and I have some thoughts. First up we have a Xerophale. I crushed it. And Crowley from Good Omens. I have heard of them. I know that the show exists, and that's it. I know that it's like religious, right? It's like an angel and a demon, right? A Xerophale, and that's how I'm saying it. He's the angel and Crowley's the demon. Correct? Am I correct? And is it canon? Is the romance canon or not? I don't know anything. I really struggle with watching TV and just media. So while I've been told to watch it, and I'm not, no. And then we have Harry Styles and Louis, okay. What? These are real people, correct? From One Direction. Are we talking about, oh my god. And then we have, excuse my pronunciation, John Cook and Kim Taehyung from BTS. Is this? I am losing my will to live already. Okay, and then we have Bakugo Katsuki and Midoriya Izuku from Baku no Hero Academy. Academia. God, sorry. I can't tell you how much. I have no idea. Is it an anime? I don't even know. Oh, also I know absolutely nothing about Harry Styles, about Louis, about the past 2 ships. I know nothing about them. And then we have Keith and Lance from Voltron Legendary Defender. I do not know really anything about them except that it is definitely a large ship online, and that it is not canon, correct? We hate that. We hate that so much. I don't know how old they are. So yike. And I've seen like a few like edits of Keith. I don't know which one. But that's it. I know nothing. I know nothing. Okay, let's jump right into it with Aziraphale and Crowley. There is no non-binary shit. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Aziraphale and Crowley is a pairing of the angel Aziraphale and the demon Crowley. Oh, I was right. In Good Omens fandom. In the early days of fandom based solely on the book, ship names included AC or air conditioning, more common on LiveJournal. On the book. So it's based off of a book. Okay. And consenting bicycle repairman, a description of the 2 taken from the novel. What? Later on Tumblr, fans took to calling the ship ineffable husbands in reference to God's ineffable plan. This name was partially chosen because air conditioning caused problems with unrelated posts turning up in Tumblr searches. Aziraphale is an angel of heaven and Crowley is a demon of hell. They met after Adam and Eve left the Garden of Eden and have met up throughout human history. The fact that they are supposed to be enemies is a source of tension throughout the friendship relationship. I'm already getting it. Good Omens follows them as they attempt to thwart the coming of the Antichrist and the apocalypse. Many stories take advantage of the fact that these 2 have been around throughout the entirety of human history. Thinking about a TikTok that I made.
Oh my god, what if I told you that when you write historical fics, that you don't have to write about certain events? Tell me why I just read a murder fanfic where Arthur is a Nazi!
The book fandom, like the later fandom, was heavily focused on Aziraphale and Crowley's relationship, although how that relationship was characterized was different. Fans summing up differences between book and TV series as basically it's dumbasses in an established relationship versus dumbasses in love with mutual pining. Wait, so one's established and one isn't? I see TV Crowley as pining for Aziraphale and book Crowley already in a marital status with his... Ooh, I'm not liking this. Crowley's a lot further along in his healing process from falling and shit. Aziraphale is a grouchy hedonist who chooses going apeshit a lot more often than he tries to be nice, and at worst they bicker and make up in that comfortable way you can do with someone you already share mutual trust with. They feel settled, they feel comfortable. It reminds me of my own relationship with my partner. I'm gonna say something in a second. Okay, yeah. I hate that. No, I absolutely hate that they took something that felt domestic, that felt like it was already established, and they've been together for a long time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're together, and they have been for a long time. It's settled. And then making a show based off of it, and it's almost like they're, like they wanted to take advantage of the ship, of them, but then not make it established in canon. Interesting to me. But then also the thing that I was going to say is they said it reminds me of my own relationship with my partner. This just drives the point home of like why representation is so important. You know what? I'm not even gonna explain it. If you get it, you get it. And if you don't, you don't. And if you don't, I'll explain it another time because I'm tired. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't, don't. That's how they're able to move away from the dogmatic extremes of heaven and hell and meet each other in the gray areas where most of the universe actually... Okay. I'm liking it so much already. I feel like that aspect of their relationship is missing a bit in this show. Of course it is. I couldn't even have a thing. TV series, common tropes and storylines and fan works. Since airing, the series and the original novel have been referred to as a 6,000-year-old slow burn, and this tag has also begun appearing on works pairing. Okay. Historical settings, focusing on them meeting and interacting through the centuries. Post-apocalypse that wasn't. Stories that take place after the prevented apocalypse. These vary from taking place directly afterwards to a more distant future. Wings, of course, of course. Yeah, no, of course. First kiss. First time. Virgin Aziraphale and Crowley? Why? That's what I'm saying. The same was like, I don't know how long they've been around each other. So again, I can't judge. I have an issue with people really liking characters being like virgins or whatever and not being experienced and making like a kink of it. It's weird. And of course. Oh, and of course. Yeah. Okay. And of course. Snake Crowley? I was thinking, okay, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking for certain reasons, and I wasn't against it. Moving on. Oh god. Author response. Before the TV show, Gaiman? Okay. Okay. Before the TV show, Gaiman did not personally want to be exposed to fan fiction, but he was aware and tolerant that it existed. I can just about get my head around the concept of Crowley, Aziraphale / and would rather not read it, thanks. I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. However, Gaiman's responses seem to have changed after the TV series. Whatever. He commented a number of times on Twitter that he was open to or supported interpretations of the relationship as romantic, but maintained that they are not human males and do not fit into the human conception of a gay male relationship. That is always used. That is always used. Oh, you're on my list. You're on my list. Gaiman. You're on my list. So they're gay, right? They're an angel and a demon, not male humans. Okay, but they love each other, right? Absolutely. I'm literally... This is homophobia. No, like, I don't care. I hold no sympathy and no care. It's weird. I really don't like this notion that the main protagonists are above using labels like gay. You probably wouldn't have a problem saying Bad Angel and Demon would call themselves friends.
And
I wouldn't exclude the ideas that they are ace or aromantic or trans. They are an angel and a demon, not as male humans, per the book. Occult ethereal beings don't have sexes, something we tried to reflect in the casting. Whatever Crowley and Aziraphale are, it's a love story. So how easy would it have been? How easy would it have been to be like, well, I don't know that I'd use those labels because they don't have sexes, but they do love each other romantically. Oh, look how easy that was.
You're ugly.
Oh,
You're
look how
disgusting.
easy that
I'm gonna
was.
kill you.
No, you
Give me
don't wanna say it.
$200.
But let's move on to hopefully happier things. All right, let's check this out. That is Miles Morales. For Christ. Okay. This is cool. He continues, says that Crawley wouldn't have tempted Adam and Eve with the apple if it was good. Crawley questions why God made it so easy to get to the tree and what God's... I'm seeing who my favorite character might be. Aziraphale is in a cell when time freezes and he turns to see Crowley behind him. This is the first time when Crowley adopts the nickname Angel for Aziraphale. Okay. In response, Aziraphale waves his hand in front of himself, swapping clothes with the executioner who was sent to the guillotine instead of the angel. The two smugly watch him be escorted to his death, and Crowley offers some... Are we perhaps being influenced by the demon? What? Crowley, angered at the degradation of their relationship, says he has plenty of other people to fraternize with, and he doesn't need Aziraphale, who says that the feeling is mutual. And so, Aziraphale, get it together. Aziraphale is about to be killed by Nazis, and I knew it, and I knew it, and I knew it, and I knew it, and we didn't have to... I'm gonna drive this into my eye. In hops Crowley, burning his feet on the church's consecrated ground to save Aziraphale from being discorporate. Okay. Aziraphale starts to continue but realizes that his books probably got blown up and flusters as they were very important to him. Crowley, however, walks over and picks up the bag that the books are held in, still intact. He gives it back to Aziraphale and says that he did a little miracle of his own. So they're influencing each other. I see. Aziraphale asked Crowley if he was sure it was the Antichrist, and Crowley said that he would know since he handed the baby over. Dude, they are... forbidden love. This Aziraphale bloke, why do any of you like him? To act as godfathers for the supposed Antichrist? That's cool. Crowley graciously miracles the paint away for him, and Aziraphale stares at him with longing eyes. They have a bit of a moment, but Aziraphale breaks it off by assessing the gun they were hit by. Okay. Crowley stares into space for a minute, a bit hurt and confused at what just happened with them. Suddenly, Crowley pins Aziraphale to the wall by his collar, and they are so close their noses touch. Oh. Excuse me, gentlemen, sorry to break up an intimate moment. Okay, see, you know what you're doing, and I'm done. I'm done. Crowley suggests that they run away together. Aziraphale stares at him in disbelief. The demon says that they've been friends for 6,000 years, but Aziraphale pleads that they're on opposite sides, and he doesn't even like him. Crowley snaps back, saying that he does, and insists that they're on their own. Crowley tries to say something, but he's so hurt he can only make noises of disbelief. He turns around and leaves. Aziraphale, I hate you. No, I don't care. You have to watch it. I don't like this man. This man's stupid and dumb and probably ugly. You're pushing my Aziraphale is a loser agenda. But if Hell finds out, they won't just be angry that it'll destroy you. Nobody ever has to know. There's some hoes in this house. I'm not going home, Angel. I'm getting my stuff and I'm leaving. And when I'm off in the stars, I won't even think about you. That sounds so heterosexual. Don't think your boyfriend in the dark glasses will get you any special treatment in hell. This is putting me in a bad mood. Somebody to Love. The song plays after Crowley exits. I've had enough. I've had enough. I absolutely... Yeah, see, he looks like how I... You know what I mean? Insufferable. Insufferable. He's so gay. He's so gay. Yeah. Let's do some fan art. Oh, what's happening here? What's happening here? Shut up, I'm being thirsty. Oh. I'm glad that I'm not seeing anyone drawing them, like, these are thousands of years old. Okay. Anyways. I wonder if there's any fan art of, like, a crossover between, like, Good Omens, Aziraphale, and Crowley, and Merlin with Merthyr. It'd make a little bit of sense. I'm just saying. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Wow. Get it? So, okay, if we're rating them. Again, they don't seem to really have anything, at least, like, with quotes and things that they say. It seems to be more of a, you know, like, their looks and how they act. Though I didn't really get anything from the pictures or anything. Aziraphale, is a loser. Aziraphale seems like a loser, and he seemingly never shows anything, any care, like, at all towards Crowley, but Crowley seems to, several times, to show his care and, like, express his care through words. For Aziraphale, did I say Crowley? Did I say his name? How dare you have such a last name and then act this way? That's not allowed. That's not allowed. But yeah, I don't, for the book, I'm gonna rate them in the books and them in the show differently, even though I virtually know nothing about them in the books, so. In the books, I give them, oh, is it established? Because I don't know if it's established. If they don't, like, seriously just say, like, they are together in the books or whatever, I'm going to rate book them 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10! Whole 9 out of 10, because, oh my god, I didn't even rate any of my ships that high, I'm pretty sure. However, show them, I rate them a 5. I rate Aziraphale and Crowley a 5 out of 10. And I refuse to talk about it anymore. I really thought there was going to be more there. You know? I'm quite confused. So next we have Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson. And this will stay the same for this one as well. For Jeon Jungkook and Kim. I'm sorry. For them, what I'm going to say, these are the same in what I'm about to say, okay? Creating ships, shipping real live people, that is dangerous behavior. That is very strange behavior. But it's not even just weird. It's harmful and it's dangerous. I cannot even imagine how uncomfortable it must have been for these people to be shipped with their friends or just shipped with other people. These are not fantasy characters that you can do whatever you want with and what's the word? Project onto these fictional characters. They are not fictional. What you do, what you say about them will affect them in their real life, in the real world. And the fetishization of gay men, of gay male relationships is so prevalent, so heavy, and so weird, mostly by cis women. And then you do it to real life people. What is actually wrong with your mind? There is no justification for shipping real life people. For saying, I think they should be together, or, oh, look, I'm going to analyze their body movements, their body behavior. I'm going to watch them interact as friends because they've said that they are friends. So you take that at face value because they're telling you this, and you don't read into it because it's not a relationship to read into, because this is about real life people. Treat them as real life people. Give them the respect they deserve as human beings. None of that nonsense on my channel. If you support that stuff, I don't want you here. Same with the Harry Potter stuff. That stuff is weird and harmful, and I don't want it here. Anyways, let us move on to Bakugo Katsuki and Midoriya Izuku. I know I did fantastic with that. Known widely as, what the fuck? Bakudeku? Oh, that's easy. Or Deku Baku, okay. Is generally one of the most popular ships, and the most popular slash ship in the fandom, Baku no Hero Academia. Why do I keep doing that? It centers around the main character of the story, Midoriya, and his childhood friend turned bully turned rival Baku, which has caused a lot of controversy. And again, I'm seeing it. Oh, it's not just friend turned bully turned rival. This is different than enemies to lovers. They were childhood best friends, however, when Bakugo manifests a particularly strong and powerful quirk, this leads Bakugo to give Midoriya the mocking nickname Deku, which is a play on kanji that made up Midoriya's first name and a common insult in Japanese that's roughly equivalent to the English blockhead. In doing so, Bakugo enforces the societal view that Midoriya cannot succeed in his dream of becoming a pro hero because he has no quirk. Midoriya calls Bakugo by his childhood nickname. I'm not trying that. Which can be seen as extremely cutesy and girly. In the very beginning of canon, despite Bakugo having earlier told him to kill himself?
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Excuse?
Boy, ain't no way.
Despite that, Midoriya risks his life to save Bakugo from a villain attack and receives the one-for-all quirk, All Might. Because of this, Bakugo believes that Midoriya had lied to him about being quirkless when they begin attending UA and becomes angry with him. Girl, shut up. Midoriya attempts to explain that his quirk was given to him but is unable to elaborate beyond that without breaking the confidence of All Might. Bakugo doesn't believe Midoriya, and the lack of proper explanation leads him to cementing his fear that Midoriya has secretly been looking down on him for their entire lives.
Huh?
Girl, you're the one that's been you can't say anything. Literally, shut up. After a climatic fight in which Bakugo reveals these misconceptions and confides in his own insecurities about his role in pushing All Might into retirement, the two finally clear the air once and for all and develop a mutually respective What? After Bakugo helps Midoriya train? What? You're training your rival? To learn to control the many quirks that come with the one for all and starts changing towards atonement for bullying Midoriya, getting himself impaled to save Midoriya's life and finally apologizing profusely to him. From then on, he starts calling Midoriya by his first name, becoming the only character apart from Midoriya's mom to use his name instead of Deku. Okay. They see each other as inspiration, striving to surpass the other, with Midoriya even calling Bakugo his image of victory. Oh.
I saw gay, so I said gay.
I'm feeling it, and I have some thoughts to say later on. However, I'm feeling it, dude. Did I just spit? That's so nice. Common tropes and fanon. In canon fanfiction, it is common for the stories to include some kind of redemption arc for Bakugo. Yeah, in which he apologizes for his past behavior. Okay. I 100% know that if I was in this fandom, that I would 100% read those to death and then complain that there's not enough no matter how many there are. Because with Jairus-gear, there's a specific scene on a mountain where he basically blames everything that went wrong in his life on him and says, like, basically, I could quote the whole thing, but damn it, Jairus-gear. Why is it whenever I find myself in a pile of shit these days, it's you shoveling it? That's not fair. The child surprise, the djinn, all of it. If life could give me one blessing, it'd be to take you off my hands. And he said it just like that too. Point is, after that, that's just about all I'll read. It's been years, and it's my favorite. Anyways, now that the two are on better terms, there's been an increasing focus in canon fic on mutual character development and growth, as well as aged-up explorations of their lives as... How old are they? I just realized I don't know how old they are. Okay, we have some controversies. The largest controversy in the fandom is over the acceptability of Bakudeku as a ship. Some fans disapprove of shipping Midoriya with his childhood bully and label the ship as abusive. This controversy is largely related to mixed opinions about Bakugo and his attitude, cultural nuances lost in translation, and fanon misconceptions about the extent of the ship's antagonistic history. Bakugo is learning he is developing as a character and as a person. Eventually he may even apologize to Midoriya, or maybe the two of them will even become friends, but the fact still stands he was abusive. Midoriya is not required to forgive him, absolutely not. Especially to the point of becoming romantically involved, victims are never required to forgive their abusers, even when the abuser has apologized or changed. Well, no, of course not. But they never said that he had to. Just that he did. Huh? The major problem with the controversy around Bakugo and Midoriya's relationship is that there is a distinct cultural difference between Japan's perception of bullying and Western perception of bullying. In many Eastern cultures, individualism is actively discouraged in favor of blending into the crowd, leading to a disconnect between the me culture of the West and the us culture of Japan. Because of this difference, bullying is considered to be a personal matter in Japan, and therefore the apparent lack of repercussions in canon is because what Bakugo does to Midoriya isn't necessarily interpreted as bullying in the context of Japanese culture. Wow, nothing like finding out that someone you really liked or looked up to ships Bakudeku. It's just a TV show, OMG, shut the fuck up. You really have the effing nerve to say that to me? I don't ship them in canon. So you only ship them with their entire backstory, formative experiences, entire effing personalities are changed? That's not a ship. If you need to change that to make it okay, then you already know it's wrong. If people are ignoring that it is abusive, disregarding that it's abusive, or straight out just blatantly saying that it's not abusive, that he wasn't abusive towards him, then that's absolutely ridiculous. And that deserves criticism. Mighty criticism. Because how are you going to ship these two people and then ignore the massive abuse? That's absolutely ridiculous. And every fandom will have them. But if they start out as friends, and then enemies because of bullying, and then something happens, or the bully no longer feels that way and profusely apologizes, and tries to make it up by sacrificing their life, and then going, not back to, but going to what is the word? Not going back to their friendship, or even going to friendship at all, but going more into a softer relationship. Even, maybe even repairing the relationship, but still never going back to the same one, just making a new kind of relationship. I can see why people would ship that. Now, if they were shipping them and he had never apologized, yeah, I see that. I completely understand why you would not want that. I completely support that. That makes complete sense. However, getting on other people for doing so is ridiculous. Okay, it's ridiculous because he did apologize. So things are changing. But didn't they literally say, in canon fanfiction, it is common for the stories to include some kind of redemption arc for Bakugo? Yeah, in which he apologizes for his past behavior. Fan works. I don't want to read that. And this is where I understand bullying. Maybe not that one. Let us look at some pictures. I thought that was a child for a second. I forgot to look that up. I'm getting scared. You guys are shipping children? So what we're whining and complaining and fussing about is shipping these two characters together instead of them being children. Okay. Fan art or whatever, even though I don't want to now. Wait, so you're making sexual fan art of children? I've had enough. That got really uncomfortable really fast. Cool, let's go on to rating. Okay, so they start off as childhood friends. Then he bullies Midoriya. And then they turn rivals, but friendly rivals, after he apologizes and sacrifices his life. And in their story, it appears that they have, I don't want to go over this, they're like children. Basically, it seems that they have that connection. I understand why it is a ship. I see it, and I get it, and I understand it. Bakugo does apologize and, tried to, risk his life for him. But he did bully him and even told him to jump off the building or something. There's not, really an age difference between them, but they are minors. I really don't know how to rate it because the minor thing really throws it off. That really throws it off. I'm trying to think in comparison to the last ship, Aziraphale and Crawley. Because, could I say Crawley instead of Crowley? Because I rated them a 5, and I'm doing this as 6. You know what? Yeah, I'm doing a 6. I rate Bakudeku a 6 out of 10. And it just is what it is. Jesus Christ, why don't we move on to the last one? I feel bad because I, like, basically cheated you guys out of 2 other ones, but, like, sorry, I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Clans. Okay, I'm interested. I know that this is gonna take forever. Thank God it's the last one for the video. In a 2017 article about the pair winning Tumblr's Ship of the Year. Okay. Voltron fans have latched onto the chemistry between the solemn loser Keith and the goofball sharpshooter Lance. That seems to always be the case, doesn't it? Not only are Keith and Lance the most popular pairing in fandom's shipping community, the Clans page has been visited over 50,000 times in the past year. They're a clear favorite across the internet. I did not realize it was this large. How old are they, first of all? Don't want to look yet. Hold on. Lance and Keith weren't always friends. Lance constructed a one-sided rivalry with Keith in his head before the events of the Rise of Voltron. Lauren Montgomery, I assume that she's like a creator, confirmed in an interview that Keith does not reciprocate Lance's notion that they are rivals and only ever participates in their tug-of-war when goaded into it by Lance. Their rivalry slowly shifts from a feud to genuine friendship after a bonding moment where Lance assures Keith that they make a good team. Their relationship undergoes the most development through the series, with both characters supporting the other's growth. Yay! Can we get a round of applause? Yeah, I love that. Season 3 shows a relationship shift from rivalry to partnership and is generally seen as the most important in their development. Their evolving relationship is also shown later in the series when faced to choose one member of their team to save from the Interstellar game show. Lance and Keith pick the other.
But he was gay. Why should I have to apologize?
To one member out of the team. Oh my god! While Season 8 is broadly criticized throughout the Voltron fandom, Season 8?
Pardon?
I thought there was only a few seasons. Okay. Keith and Lance are provided ample heartwarming scenes, cementing their importance to each other. As the two watch their last sunset on Earth together, they share a lingering gaze that mirrors the look they exchanged during the infamous bonding moment. When Lance's sister Veronica brings up the possibility of Lance setting her up with his long-haired friend, assuming she means Keith, although she never brings him up, Lance turns ultra-defensive and not only refuses, but is so adamant that he rants off-screen for a solid minute. Oh, be serious. Due to controversial narrative choices, Keith and Lance's relationship is left open-ended, with both being single during the finale. Gone are the days of being naive, arguing rivals. Now they're partners who have each other's back in battle and in life. While it comes towards the end of the series, it's a perfect segue into the future of their relationship and instills the hope that when the time is right, they'll realize their true feelings for each other and take the next step forward together. Yeah, that line from that person? You knew what you were doing. This better not be they just confirmed that, you know, this is good because, like, now off screen where we don't see it, where we don't have to show you it, and we can just, you know, mention it a little bit so we don't actually have to give representation, but also give representation, you know. Yeah, maybe they could get together. Now they'll realize their true feelings. Part of the reason that Clans has shot to popularity so quickly is that it fits in with a lot of established ship tropes. The red-blue color combo, the love-hate antagonism, fire and ice, the loud/quiet personalities are all hallmarks of many popular canon heterosexual romances in media as well as... Okay, I see. Although the final season aired in 2018, Clans remains as an active fandom even after the series has ended. It ranked 8th in the 2020 edition of the AO3's Ship Top 100 and has ranked 1st for Tumblr Ship of the Year in 2017, 2018, and 2nd in 2019. Popular fan and headcanons. In 2016, co-executive producer Lauren Montgomery tweeted a drawing of the palette, with the caption, "You are deserving of respect," where Shiro and Lance both hold a sign labeled LGBT. What did I say about giving representation without giving representation? All you gotta do is share that and don't confirm anything. Say nothing ever again. Okay, fan works, real quick. Mutual penning, of course. Canon compliant, friends with benefits. Post-season 8 relationship. That makes so much sense. Modern AU soulmates, slow burn, of course. Hurt comfort, rivals to friends to lovers. Okay! Let's look at these little pictures on the side. These little pictures. Oh, these little pictures. Oh, okay. They have very sharp chins. Very sharp. Okay, this is the photo that they were talking about.
And
Interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to do it. I have to do it. How old? Okay. Now for the scary part. Now for the scary part. I mean, not that that wasn't scary. 7. 18. 17. So I'm assuming 19, and then okay. I I just went through a lot. All the stages of grief all at once. Okay. Now that that is cleared and out of the way, let's look at some fan art. Or not fan art, we're gonna look at some pictures. Why do I just get it from this picture where they're not even looking at each other? Is this real? If that's real, that's so sus. Like, because of that, like, pink on the cheek. I don't know. Maybe he's just I don't know. Okay, I'm not really getting much from these pictures, but that's okay, that's okay. Let's look at some fan art. Before I saw anything about them or knew anything about them, I just immediately was introduced to them with, like, smut fan art, so that was nice. It was nice, actually. It looked quite nice. It was drawn quite well. Okay. Okay. Only 2 things would knock off points. And that is the fact that the person decided to give representation without actually giving representation. And also, you know, it feeds into that. It was never established. It was never, like, explicitly canon. But this is cute. This is good. But I don't feel it heavily, like, for instance, like John Locke or Merthyr or anything. So when I say this, take it with a grain of salt in the way that, you know what? If I need to, in post, like later when I'm editing, I will change it. What the numbers say on the screen will be the official rating. But right now, I rate this ship as a 7. It would be 8 if I felt a little bit more between them, but it just felt like it could be a friendship, you know what I mean? There was no problem that it was turned into a romantic relationship, into, like, you know, a romantic ship. It's just that it just feels too friendly to me. Like, just reading it, it could be just a friendship kind of thing, you know what I mean? And then I had to knock off some for those 2 things. So I'm gonna rate Clance a 7. I'm sorry. But they actually seem kind of cute. Should I watch the show? Uh-oh. Should I watch the show? Hey, guess what? I wasn't even planning on filming this today. I wasn't planning on filming this at all. Got it 30 minutes ahead of time. Just like the first one. I got the idea 30 minutes ahead of time, and then I did... Anyway, that's going to have to be it, because I am drained, but I'm also so sorry that I cheated you guys out of 2 of them. I feel bad for that, but, like, what else can I do? And I'm also wiped. But now onto the important things. I know that sometimes things seem hopeless and you don't know where to turn, where to go, or what to do. And you need some steps to find success. You need something to help you find success. Well, I'm here to give you the secret. The secret to success is to not trust any bitch. You cannot trust one. You cannot trust a half or a quarter, because you cannot trust any single bitch. That's just the steps to success, and I hope you guys follow and become successful. I hope to see you thrive using my steps to success. I can never get this directly on my head. It always looks clunky, and it always puts my bangs in my eyes. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I would just like to say once again, just like I did in the first video, that I'm sorry if the ratings did not do the ship justice, but that's just what I got from my first look, and I encourage you to share more about your ship in my comments. If you would like, I will read it, and I always love to just get more information. Info dump if you want. Info dump as much as you want, and I will read it. But thank you so much for watching if you got this far. And please do remember, because it is the rule, the one rule is to be a good person, not a bad one. And I won't see you, but you will see me next time, of course. Yeah. It is literally only when I'm filming. Wives both